Hey everyone, welcome to Logan's Smosh Pick. Glad to have you here. Do me a favor and please subscribe if you haven't already. First, let's take a moment of silence for my dearly departed friend here. 2016-2020. It fell out on Monday with no warning. Was it something I said? I don't know. The holes were gone faster than a husband's ability to ever be right. On the bright side, I can go through metal detectors again. Today we're going to kick off a brand new series on my channel called Classic Concerts. This series will focus on a variety of unforgettable concerts that have stood the test of time. For those of you who weren't alive when these concerts took place, thankfully YouTube has revived a lot of them. A modern day convenience. The ability to watch outstanding concerts in their entirety online, uploaded the following day without paying a cent. I feel very grateful for that. In my opinion, we're quite fortunate to live in an age where we don't have to travel or pay to hear amazing music. Our generation is the first to take advantage of this luxury. Anyway, I'm planning on posting videos from this series every other week, not every week. Let me explain why. I've settled into a pretty comfortable routine lately of posting interactive type videos of me talking 3 times a week, blathering about several subjects. Sometimes I feel like posting more often, sometimes not. However, by posting classic concert-themed videos every other week, I predict my channel will improve without putting too much additional stress on myself. I don't want to promise to film 4 videos a week unless I feel absolutely sure I can handle it. If I committed to that now, I would probably gradually get burnt out in the process. Just being transparent with you. If you guys have any recommendations for concerts I could potentially ramble on about in upcoming episodes, I'm open to suggestions. Just leave a comment. I'll check your feedback. So this episode will revolve around Nirvana's Unplugged performance. You have a couple options regarding how to view it. When you visit Nirvana's official YouTube channel, you can basically watch the whole show, broken up into one song at a time. Or you can order this DVD on Amazon for like $15. Not a bad price, roughly $1 per song after tax. A reasonable price, I believe. Which option would be better? Well, it depends on what you like. Some of you might be perfectly fine watching online, casting from your phone to your TV, even possibly using a built-in YouTube app on your TV. Nice and simple, no payment necessary. Less work on your part. Others prefer actually owning a physical DVD, something you can take with you, show it off to people and say, this belongs to me, it's all mine. This can enhance the personal factor. That's okay too. Whatever seems reasonable to you. I'm not trying to push you in either direction. It purely comes down to personal preference, okay? Do what makes sense to you. Now let's talk about the unbelievable Nirvana concert. Taking into consideration the fact that not everyone watching this has sat through the entire Unplugged show, and I also want to keep this video brief, I'll just provide a broad overview of the event so I won't spoil too many details or eat up a bunch of time. Plus I'll inform you on what I like and dislike about the concert itself. Getting some general information out of the way, Nirvana's Unplugged was filmed on November 18th, 1993, hot on the heels of their final studio album, In Utero, at MTV Studios located in New York. It also doubled as a live album, and as I mentioned earlier, a DVD, a gorgeous trifecta. I would say Nirvana's Unplugged vies for the most prestigious spot in MTV's Unplugged collection. One of the best, if not the best, Unplugged show I've ever seen. Probably only rivaled by Alice in Chains' stellar spotlight opportunity 3 years later. Both were legendary in their own way. Surprisingly, of the 14 total tracks played, almost half of them were covers from David Bowie, The Vaselines, Lead Belly, and Meat Puppets. Of the original material, Come As You Are arguably contains the most star power, peeled off the blockbuster Nevermind album. I'd rank the desolate Penny Royalty as my favorite regular song from this sensational show, and the sweltering Lake of Fire represents my favorite cover tune. I applaud Nirvana for exerting tremendous effort in order to keep the covers distinct to their own style, wrangle up an animal to its proper home. In other words, they weren't attempting to directly copy the original versions. You can clearly tell them apart. Nirvana did the right thing by adjusting the covers to fit what they brought to the table. I'm a big believer in that philosophy. I think the whole point of doing a cover song is to treat it like one of your own songs. Nirvana certainly followed through on those implications. Now I want to share my likes and dislikes of Nirvana's Unplugged. My first like would be the delivery. Kurt's raspy shouts on songs like Where Did You Sleep Last Night and Level Purrs on Plateau were definitely authentic. Passion drenched every song, whether it actually belonged to Nirvana or not. Covers didn't receive second-class treatment. Next, I give a thumbs up to the consistency present. I noticed that Nirvana never appeared fatigued at any point during the show. I couldn't detect any signs that they were running out of power. Each song offered engaged musicians who gave it their all from start to finish. Another thing that caught my attention were the decorations. Black candles, a chandelier hanging above the stage, stargazer lilies. Kurt reportedly requested that the stage resemble a funeral, of all things. I think those bleak items go hand in hand with the hopeless mood of Nirvana's music. If a fan closed their eyes while listening to these songs, I bet they would imagine a similar atmosphere. I'm also a fan of the frequent close-up camera angles. They really help you gauge each member's mindset. Not only that, the close-up angles also serve as deeper connection for viewers compared to shots situated further away. Increases one-on-one vibes. Finally, the timing virtually cemented this special gig. Just 5 months before Kurt died and Nirvana fizzled out. Everyone fixates on the last remnants of a band, and in Nirvana's case, they went out strong. As for my dislikes, I wasn't crazy about the balance between Nirvana tracks versus covers. Personally, I would have axed Jesus Don't Want Me for Sunbeam and Oh Me, substituted two more familiar songs. Of course, heavier Nirvana favorites such as In Bloom and Lithium aren't very practical under acoustic circumstances, but still, I'm sure they could have dug up something feasible. Something else that bothered me was the insecure interaction among Kurt Cobain and the crowd. For example, on About a Girl, Kurt murmurs, "This is off our first record. Most people don't own it." Before unveiling The Man Who Sold the World, he uttered, "I guarantee you I'll screw this song up." And prior to Pennyroyal Tea, he claimed, "Here's another one we can screw up." That type of self-deprecating behavior is partially funny, but simultaneously conveys the opposite of what fans in attendance expect. Unceremonious teasers like that steer you toward a messy first impression, sort of set you up to fail. Doubt festers even before the first note rings out. Displaying a discouraging attitude tends to weaken the continuity of a band, which in turn reduces the impact the music actually creates. On the other hand, projecting a confident demeanor often rubs off on songs and sways the crowd to extend greater acceptance. I wish that Kurt had been able to muster up stronger convictions, showed pride for his songs. If he did, I believe it would have benefited the performance. Besides those two trivial objections, I'm absolutely infatuated after witnessing Nirvana's Unplugged. They toppled all the barriers flanking uncharacteristic acoustic demands. Many of their custom songs exceeded studio versions. Likewise, the covers were executed with poise and precision. If you're a Nirvana fan, you can't ask for a better concert. Looking back, Unplugged speaks volumes about how much Nirvana meant to the world, the pinnacle of everything they worked for. If you asked me to sum up Nirvana Unplugged in one word, I would choose intense. Intense from a visual, audio, and mental perspective. It unquestionably earns an A. Please tell me in the comments what your favorite song from Nirvana Unplugged is. That does it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate the support. I'll see you next time. Until then, rock on.